What is going on, survivors? For today's mod review, we're going to be talking about the Eco's ARRRRP Decor. So this decor mod is basically essentially taking a lot of the stuff that we currently see from Atlas, importing them over into Ark. It looks amazing. Let's go through it. So in typical Eco fashion, whenever we do these Eco mods, there's going to be 3 constructions that you're going to be able to make on your person. We'll talk about where to make them and where to unlock them. They're going to be unlocked immediately at level 1. You're going to have the RP, the R, like pirate, like R. That's what I'm assuming anyway. Eco's RP Decor crafting table, the bad backs, and the bulletin board. All right, so all those are at level 1. Let's go into the crafting section. I'll back up so you can see. I have GCM on, so you're going to see a lot of other stuff, but Eco's mods is going to have its own separate folder, its own decor folder, and then all 3 of those stations on there. Bad box is just 1 fiber. The crafting bench is thatched in wood, and the bulletin board is just wood. So the crafting table is where we're going to craft everything that we're going to go over. Everything that you're going to craft comes out of this. It's all separated in different folders for you to make it a little bit easy, but we'll go over everything and what it all includes. Over here, we have a bulletin board that you can hang little notes on, stuff like that. You can leave notes for different people, different tribe members. You can leave all that stuff here. And the bad box, well, let's say you did something bad, you're leaving it in there. So basically another storage box that you can have for like other people to get into and get in and out of, essentially is what you're looking at here. With the exception of the actual foundations and the walls, everything in here is going to be consisting of this mod. We can kind of do what we normally do and start from one section and go around. We can start talking about all the different mounts you're going to have on the walls here. You're going to have the elephants, you're going to have the fish, the hammerhead shark, a lot of the different animals that you're typically seeing from Atlas. You're gonna be able to use those creatures here, create all the mounts for them. You can pick them up. Looks like that's the only interaction point you get with them, honestly, though, is to be able to just pick them up. That's pretty much it, but they're big, they look awesome, and they fit really flush, which is something that I noticed is typically, like, there's no gap. Like, it mounts flush to the wall at all. It looks perfect, looks great. And it seems to snap to the front and back, so I specifically had these walls the other way around just to see what would happen. Sometimes some of these mods don't do that, but this is Eco, right? This is the best of the best. So obviously everything fits really flush, so I like seeing that. These are all semi-storage containers going around here, so we'll go around this little area. This is going to be more of your furniture crafting for the most part, but there are a few other items. We have a sink here that is irrigated by itself. The way that this works, and this is typical with kind of any of the Eco Empire sort of mods or even the RP mod, I can pick this up and show you what's going on. What you do is you place this bucket down, and when you place the bucket, it has a silhouette of the sink itself. And then when you make the sink and throw it down, it clips right to there, and that way you can just have the sink clamping right there and then also be irrigated. Once it's irrigated, you can put stuff in here, fill it up like usual. It works just like a normal irrigated thing would. A couple different cabinets. I have a little bit of space in between so you can kind of see what's going on. You have it like this, the corner that corners to the right, and then down here there's a cabinet that corners to the left. They both have a 75 slot storage. You can store stuff in there. You have the cabinet with doors on it, a cabinet that has like a drawer on the front instead. We have a cabinet with shelves here, tall one. This top and bottom is one piece, and so not the decorative bottles here, but the top, the top and the bottom are all one piece, still a 75 slot. You have a cabinet with no doors, and again we have that other one here, this other cabinet that juts to the left as well. There's a small little side table you can put, probably more of like a furniture, like bedroom-y sort, I guess, if you're building in there. But that's pretty much what your storage options are looking like. We have different like placeables that you can place, like just kind of hang around, decorative stuff. They have a table setting, just like a plate. We have some or a plate with food and a cup rather. We have the round bread over here. We have a pitcher. We have pan bread, and they do have one storage in them, so you could put storage in them if you wanted to. There's a large basket with a 50 slot storage. You have a bowl of apples, wheat bread. You have the cooked pig out here. Moving over here, we have empty bottles. We have cheese, just a single bottle, and then it says fancy decor right here. We have a basket of eggs. We have a basket of grain. Doesn't look like you can do anything with that other than pick it up, though the rest of them have storage slots. The grain does not. The dye mixer is a little bit different. It's a free place. You place it wherever you want to, and you can just make dye this way without having to have it irrigated or need all of the other stuff. You literally just need the berries. You can throw the berries in here, make all the dye you want. This thing is such an underrated, wonderful thing that I usually see out of the Eco mods. Just the ability to just make dye so much easier is lovely. Over here we have the kitchen island, which is just another table basically, but for the kitchen, obviously, you have all the decorative kitchen plates and baskets and stuff underneath, which looks really sweet. Coming over here, we have a desk, which has our little scrolls, and I think I'm actually meant to be on the other side of it, so I'm kind of looking at it backwards, but as you can see, you got little stuff underneath the shelves. I like the skull candle. The skull candle looks pretty cool. That looks neat. And then the scroll work, and you have the spyglass, the compass, and everything. Awesome. I love the little touches. I always do. We have an ice box over here that essentially works like a refrigerator, so you can store stuff in there and expand the crafting, or not the crafting time, the spoil timer of that. So it's cool. You have the grill over here that functions just like a grill, cooks all the stuff for you. You can add this cooking pot that clamps to the side of it, and the cooking pot works like the cooker. So all of your consumables will work out of here. They're all in here as well, making this super easy. Kind of a one-stop shop, so you don't have to make a grill and a cooker and it take up more space. You can just do something like this. Cooker snaps to it, problem solved. Plus it looks cool like that. But you get the cool pots and pans and the chicken hanging here. It's all in all, it's awesome decor. Love it. Looks great. Bouncing over, we do have a bookshelf as well. 55-slot bookcase for your blueprints and whatnot. There is a bar table. These items are already on it, so this is already decorated for you when you place the table down, and then you can make the little bar stools to go with it. You have a chest, a 75-slot chest that you can make as well for all your storing needs. And then rounding over here, we have this awesome fireplace, right? It even has the smoke coming out of it as well. 20-slot fireplace. You can put wood in there, burn it. Looks awesome. Love it. Actually, let's go turn it on. I think we got some extra wood in here. Like we should do this, right? I mean, it's there. We can, so we should. Wood in the chest wouldn't help me here. There we go. Bang. Looks awesome. Like I said, you get the smoke out of the top of it too, which is pretty cool. We get two different bathroom things here. You get the toilet here, and that you can sit on and, you know, do your stuff. And then you also have this cool little bathtub that you can hang around in when you need to relax, you know, and read a lot. Hang out of here for a while. My armor's gonna rust. We have some curtains to go over your windows. The curtains are paintable from my understanding, as are the 3 different banners you have too. You have the multi-banner, the wall banner, and then you have a single banner as well. You can mount all those too. Over here, you have your light sources. These don't require fuel. They just light all the time, and they look fantastic. They're not too bright. They're just right. Just right. You have a ceiling light up here. Let me GCM up here so you can see what I'm talking about. It clips to the ceilings really well, right in the center of them, really easily. You have a floor, like a, well, not necessarily a floor mount. I have it on the floor, but you could put it on a table or a desk or something like that. You have the lantern that clips to the wall, and then the one that clips to the post as well. So you have all your different light sources for pretty much anything you can really think of. I think it covers all the bases. Over here is just a long table that you can do, like a dining table or something like that, I guess is the idea. And then all of these different rugs. So we have like animal skin rugs, like the lion and the tiger. I think this is the cow. And then we got a bear one over here as well. Cool thing about these guys, at first glance, you might see that it looks like it's hovering above the foundation that we have here. But the cool thing about this is that you can lower these rugs down simply by, oh, hold on. I'm hitting the foundation and not the bear rug here. You can sit here and keep lowering the rug down so that it fits as flush or unflush or raised up. You can raise and lower it however you need to. Which is pretty cool. I like that idea because if you're running with different mods and different things, sometimes the ceilings and foundations might sit higher or be thicker. So you can use that to kind of fix it. And you can raise it as well. If it's too low, you can raise it back up again, which is nice. And obviously you'll be able to pick up all of this stuff as well. You have that option. Then you have the regular rugs that sit flat, like the cowhide or red rug, different hides, and then decoration rugs as well. All of these rugs, same deal. You can raise and lower these guys as well at however you want to do it, which is pretty neat. That's another detail that I really like too. Sometimes when you're messing with other mods and cross-pollinating with different mods, the rugs don't seem to fit flush because of the different structures, but you don't really have to worry about that with stuff like this. You can adjust it and it fits perfectly regardless of what you're using. We have some seats over here. We have more like a sofa and then a single chair, like an armchair that kind of matches that sofa. We have the fancy chair, which does look fancy, and we have a normal chair here. I didn't actually pay attention to the backs of these and I missed them, but the backs actually look really cool too. I like the ornate and like the shield back to that single chair. It looks awesome. We have a regular bench, just a bench. It's a bench, you sit on it. That's what you do with it. That's what you do with it. That's what you do with the bench. Over here, we have a couple of beds. We have the awesome king bed, which looks flippin' amazing. I really love this one. You have your double bed and your single bed as well. Again, they look great. It kind of looks like they might have took some things from here and there, right? So like that shield looks like the shield that we saw on the back of the table, and some of the patterns may remind you of, you know, some of the rugs that you might have seen as well. I don't think that you can, yeah, you can lay on these, I don't know if you can change. I don't think you can have the option to like change the color to them or anything like that, but I don't really think you need to. Honestly, it looks great. It looks great. It's nice and squared off. I think it fits right in, especially with like a wood or stone base. It's going to look fantastic with it. But honestly, something like this would look cool even in like a thatch base sort of idea, because it's kind of open like that. Anyway, all in all, it looks awesome. Again, you don't expect anything less from an eco mod. This is done really well, and it plays nice. I played around with this with Structures Plus and Superstructures and a few others, and everything worked nice. There was no problems. Everything built just fine. It placed just right. It looked great together. Everything matches. It just flows really well together. And in typical eco fashion, this will work really well with other eco mods too. So if you wanted to include something like the ARRRRP Decor or one of the other Empire mods into something like this, it's going to play really nice with it, and it's going to look really good with it as well. That is pretty much it. That's it, guys. That's the Ecos ARRRRP Decor mod, and as always, we will leave a link to the workshop in the description of the video, so you guys can check all that out and get spawn codes, things like that if you want to. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you all in the next one.